Next in line for the judges' consideration is a customised new build in Dundee. Katie and Daniel have lived in our adapted home for almost a year with their daughter Jessica and their dogs Angus and Percy.
Jessica is 13 and a half and is disabled. She's a wheelchair user. So we were needing a home that was adapted, that we could have a better quality of life for her and make day-to-day life an awful lot easier. The main feature was the hoist, so that she was able to access the full house. You can have an adapted home, a fully inclusive home that's not clinical. And as you can see, I'm a lover of colour, therefore as much colour in here as possible.
I'm more of a plain guy. I've been happy at being nice and plain, but...
I got my way.
Yeah, which was fine. I love it. I love it.
It's comfortable, it's inviting, and it's practical.
On the first floor, there is an ensuite bedroom and man cave, whilst the ground floor layout includes an open-plan kitchen, dining and living space, Jessica's bedroom with adjoining wet room and Jessica's day room.
We still need to pinch ourselves sometimes, you know, that we're actually here and done it, and it's just wow.
I love everything about it. It's a house that's going to work. This is my favourite spot in the home. While sitting here, I'm still able to see Jessica through in her day room, can see Daniel if he's in the kitchen, and we still feel like a family in this space.
And now the judges arrive for their first glimpse of our adapted home.
I love that they've managed to jazz up that grey stonework with these colourful little planters at the front. I think it's going to be a colourful home inside.
We've got a very typical new build home here. It's always interesting to see how people personalise those.
These sort of developments are all about a certain lifestyle. It's all just about being calm and allowing life to be as comfortable as possible.
So shall we see what mysteries are indoors? It's an explosion of colour. Wow!
It certainly is. And the favourite spot, right in this colourful little rainbow room. I adore that wallpaper there. Isn't that a brilliant little setup with the yellow chair?
It's amazing what you get, actually, when you take all the walls away in properties like this. You actually have this fantastic volume to work with, allowing all the individual spaces to sort of flow into each other.
It's clearly a wheelchair user lives in this home, and the way that it has been adapted is just so inclusive. I mean, just notice this track that runs around so that this person can be anywhere they like in the home without any restriction. They've not only connected the spaces by knocking down the walls, they've also connected them with colour. The orange on the side of the stairs actually carries through into this space.
Do you know, I really like where the kitchen is positioned. You know, from the door, you can just come into the kitchen very quickly. It's very convenient. Then everything's sequentially laid out. Always just love that really simple arrangement.
And you can see all the kind of layering of colours from this point as well, because the dining table, they've got the 4 individual chairs and then the beautifully colourful living space beyond, and then the garden. I think it just works so well from this vantage point.
It feels like a very happy space, doesn't it? And even though it has been changed to make it more accessible, it doesn't feel like it's been restricted. It wasn't at the sacrifice of anything.
There's even a fold-up piece of worktop here, so you can open this up, or you can kind of close it down depending on what you want.
Well, that's the thing about an adapted home. A home that's been adapted for all kinds of people is actually better for everyone.
Yeah.
So colourful. Everything feels like it's soft and lovely to touch. Just a great sensory experience in here.
I love how this is so connected to the family space, but also it's got its own connection to the garden, and on this little deck out here there's all these fun metal animals and colourful plants. It's just a really, really stimulating space.
I can see that the track, which is seamlessly integrated in the living room, is as seamlessly integrated in here. It's just allowing family life to play out throughout the whole home.
So this track actually guides us through into here. Oh, look at these lovely twinkly lights.
Up here as well.
That's dreamy, isn't it?
I love all these mermaid decals on the wall and the mermaid artwork and just all of the colours and the sparkling lights. It's just a really, really fab girls' room.
I found my dream living room. Wow, look at this.
This is the grown-up playroom, isn't it?
Wow, I'm just staying right here.
I love that the tones have changed in here. So there's got rid of the colour. There's very much like a bit more of a chill room, isn't it?
I love it in a home. You can have places where people can continually interact, and then you can have other spaces where you can just retreat and do something else.
Ooh, a lovely jungly bedspread on here.
That is a fabulous feature wall, isn't it? It's got a real jungle feel in here. It's quite calming, it's relaxing, but it still has that sort of cheerful feel that is replicated downstairs as well.
And we've still got hints of that explosion of colour, but on the whole, this still all feels kind of calm up here. You know, the vibe is just toned down, really, isn't it? More adult.
It's got such a different atmosphere in this room, hasn't it? Because we're sort of up under the eaves. You've got this sort of sloping ceiling with the roof lights, and I imagine it'd be a really cosy place to sleep.
How will the judges rate our adapted home? Michael is holding back his score until they've all seen the final home.
When I think about what makes a home, I think about functionality. It's lovely to see a family home that caters for everyone's wants and needs. I love the way they gave over so much of this space to both colour and also music, two sensory experiences that just kind of came together to create this very personalised space. I'm going to give this home an 8.
When you get a new build home, a lot of interior design decisions have been made before you've even arrived, and it takes courage to make dramatic changes. I actually think the way that these homeowners have changed the home is how they should all have been. The open plan just works so well for all kinds of family life. I'm going to give this home a 9.
I first came to this home, I thought it looked like a home amongst many. It didn't give much away, but of course behind the door there's all sorts of other things going on and a very particular needs in this home, and I discovered that they were being met in a really wonderful way. There's an oft-used architectural quote, "We shape our environment, thereafter it shapes us." And I think what's happened here is this home has been shaped in a way to make the environment for these homeowners as perfect and as wonderful as anyone's home could wish to be.